Come hither, young squire, and I will tell you a tale as old as time. It is about the most precious and prestigious of items, ye old Drunken Grail.
Hello, podcasters and fellow drinkers. Welcome to the Drunken Grail podcast. Yeah. I am Irish, and to my right is...
Andrew,
and to my left is Stomps, and right in front of me is our special guest who's filling in for Bearded Butthole Sniffer. That's his name.
Jigsaw.
Yes, his name is Jigsaw.
I'm an edgy boy.
Yeah.
Drunken Grail is here again. Whoa! Drinking beer with all our friends. Whoa! Yeah!
Ironing boards are not meant for snowboarding.
Facts.
3, 2, 1.
All right, so first beer for the lineup today is Candy Castle, a double IPA brought to you by the guys at Bad Sons Brewery.
you want to tell us how the weather is?
I thought I'd give us some zazz this time. Every time I come here, I sound like I'm depressed.
All right, motherfuckers, it's going to be rainy out today.
Facts, motherfucker! Which is the segment of today. But first, let's enjoy this beer and give it a little critique.
All right, let's check it out. Candy Castle, you said?
Yes, and the can definitely has a picture of a candy castle with two big fermenters for Bad Sons.
It really puts the can in Candy Castle.
Wow.
Ooh.
That was really dynamic. I'm really proud of you.
I have moments.
That is quite delicious.
I just want to point out that
What kind of beer is this again?
It's a double IPA. You know, those things I tend to not like. But you know what? I love the motherfuckers over at Bad Sun, so of course I'm going to get another one of their beers.
The front of this can looks like an album cover for that rapper that's got the fucking Skittles teeth.
Oh.
The one that's in jail?
Yeah, the one that's...
He needs to be fucking shot is what he really needs
No,
to do.
yeah, he does.
6ix9ine.
Is that his name?
I think so, yeah. His name is Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Sounds more like a
6'9", he needs like a 6 by 9 inch cock in his ass.
No.
That's an oddly specific measurement. Is there anything you'd like to share with the class?
I have a really small penis.
Alright, fair enough. You heard it here first.
So there is no information on this can whatsoever, but I don't care. It's actually quite nice. For a double IPA, it's throwing back real easy.
It's actually not bad.
I'm not an IPA person.
It tastes kind of fruity to me. Is that...
It does.
Yeah, I'm not an IPA person, and this is definitely something I would drink. Yeah, it kind of tastes like the Arrogant Bastard ale, just a little bit.
I wouldn't say so.
I think it tastes a little less harsh than an egg.
Arrogant Bastard is a little hard to get through.
Yeah.
And that's not even a double.
Yeah, Arrogant Bastard is not even
ale.
considered an IPA. It's just a pale ale, a really hoppy pale ale.
And then there's the Double Bastard, which is also, I still feel like, not on this level.
Yeah.
This beer is almost sweet. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just go.
But I feel like if
What kind of hops are they using in this one?
I don't know.
if you're gonna try to go through a 6-pack, I don't know, maybe you'd probably die in a very Willy Wonka factory kind of way.
Oh, God.
With Willy Wonka breathing over you heavily.
I think that might
sweating.
be why they call
That's
it
how I
Candy
wanna go.
Castle. It's because if you drink all of them, you'll die in a really fun way.
Really?
And then the Oompa Loompas will
Do you
dance.
have
They'll
empirical
dance for your
evidence
death.
that? I'd like to see your sources if you have them on hand.
I will say this.
You ever see the movie?
Not recently.
8%.
I know.
8%?
Hoorah.
8%.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't feel
It
like
tastes
8%.
fantastic.
Don't be a hero.
And it's going down so easily.
Oh, give me a second. Hold on a
It's-
second.
Yeah, it's like... It's going to sneak attack us and, like, kill us in the night.
So the
No, I'm gonna go ahead and say there are two symbols on the vats that they have.
you mean the Bad Sons logo and what looks like an
Armada.
inverted? Is
It's
that what that
Armada,
is?
Armada Brewing Company.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm assuming this
They
is
work
a
together.
Yeah,
this is a
this
collaboration
looks like a
between
collab.
Bad Sons and Armada, which is local, as all beers are to us because we travel a lot.
This
We
is
don't really. We all live
We
all
teleport.
We travel back to the same area to
We
try
teleport.
beers.
We have Nightcrawler's teleportation powers.
I've been known to travel around the state a
so
lot.
that's why we say
can
beer
say
is
that.
local to us.
You might even say I go
everywhere.
all over the country.
Yeah.
All right. That being said, on to facts.
On to facts. Let's go.
Facts, motherfucker. All right. So my fact of the day: the world's strongest beer has been from Scotland. It's called Snake Venom. And it's 67.5% alcohol by volume, which at that point isn't even beer.
Is that
That's
really counts
liquor.
as beer?
Carbonated liquor at that point.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
I think 14 to 17% is like
Barley
less
wine.
considered beer.
It's probably the upper
Were they
end of the,
making scotch one day and said, "Hey, let's just throw some fucking yeast in there and some fucking carbonation, just fucking call it a beer"? Who cares?
Or were they like,
That's
hey,
terrible
we got
Scottish
some
accent.
fucking beer here, let's throw some fucking whiskey in it.
You sound like you speak Cockney, and he has the Irish accent. It's in Scotland.
That's going to be an
goddammit.
emphasis on the cock, people.
My Scottish accent needs work. Okay, stop making me funny.
Cheers.
But anywho,
Such
yeah. Let's see here. It's called Snake Venom. It contains 67.5% alcohol by volume. Vodka comparisons usually only 80 proof, 40% alcohol by volume.
Have we done this one before?
We have not. We've mentioned it on the me and Irish actually had mentioned it on their YouTube channel a while back, and back then the contender was Tactical Nuclear Penguin and Sink the Bismarck.
I thought there was another one called Armageddon. Or something.
Armageddon,
Yeah,
yes.
Sink
that
the
one was
Sink
like
the
in-
Bismarck.
Sink the Bismarck
Sink
is
the
an amazing
Bismarck.
movie.
Rock
It's an amazing movie.
Casbah.
Anywho,
Motherfucker.
so if you would like to enjoy a beverage that is 67.5% alcohol by volume, it will set you back $80.
I'm going to take a pass on that. The strongest beer I've ever had was called Arrogant Bastard. No, I'm sorry, not Arrogant Bastard.
No
I'm an
way.
idiot. It was called Raging Bitch. That's my
Oh,
fault.
yeah, by
You
Flying
can see,
Dog.
yes, that was the worst tasting beer I've had in my entire life.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say fuck Flying Dog. Not
Yeah.
a good brewery.
Hey,
Yeah, you heard it
you
here
guys could
first.
both eat a big one because that's one of my favorite beers. Is the Raging
Bitch.
Bitch.
So
The
you're
Raging
strongest-
Bitch is trash.
The strongest beer I've ever had was the that double IPA that tasted like a Scotch ale. It was called Bollocks. I took it to your place at the
Oh,
time.
I remember that.
It was like it came in like a 22-ounce bottle and had a picture of like one of those fucking the bobbies from England, like
Yep.
I'm sore.
and yeah, it was a double IPA, but it tasted, drank, and poured like a Scotch ale, and it was 12% by volume.
Strongest beer that I've
It
ever
came
had.
in. It came in a 22
You're not
ounce
done.
bottle.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I
But-
thought you were done. I'm sorry.
I was trying to be dramatic.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, that was about it. So you can go ahead.
Okay, strongest beer that I've ever had was Devil Dancer. I think it was Founders. It was a triple IPA. It was 185 IBUs, and I think it was 18.5% as well.
It's pretty dramatic.
And it was hard to get through.
Yeah, I can imagine. Jesus.
Triple IPA sounds brutal.
Yeah, I'm more of a Scotch
They-
guy.
Triple IPAs are
Was it like
hold on. Triple IPAs are absolutely fucking disgusting, unless you do them right. Apparently,
right?
I recently just
Interesting.
had a fucking triple IPA from
Stroke,
Front Porch.
Yeah.
Front Porch.
I'm not doing an assessment on that.
Front Porch Brewing Company, called Strawberry Crop Circles.
That was delicious.
Strawberry.
Called
crop.
Strawberry. Wait, hold on. Did I say from Strawberry Crop Circles?
No, Front Porch Brewery.
From Porch Brewery. I know what you're trying to say.
It's good. It's
called
good. Thank you,
Strawberry-
guys. Thank you for carrying me with my drunk ass. It's called Strawberry Crop Circles. And it's a triple IPA brewed with strawberry. Absolutely fantastic. Don't know how they did it. Triple IPAs should taste like shit. That one didn't.
Yeah.
I'm much more of a dark
But-
beer kind
All
of
right,
guy.
so I guess I'm big swinging dick on the table today.
Are you?
Strongest beer I've ever had was the Sam Adams Utopian. 27.6 alcohol by volume.
Sam.
Oh, well, I'm glad it was a Sam Adams. I'm so happy for you, you white bitch.
I'm not entirely sure what that was.
You want to take a break?
No, we're good.
No.
My girlfriend burnt breadsticks.
Those are breadsticks. It looks like fucking steak. Holy shit!
I think she's
I feel like you burnt them.
I have a feeling you burnt them, and she's trying to express it, but
They're
she
not
can't for
burnt.
some reason.
They're
gonna be-
pumpernickel.
There's gonna be.
That's
some
why
hands.
they're dark.
Really? Because when
No,
they
they're
came out
not.
of the freezer, they did not look like pumpernickel at all.
That's cool. I have a pumpernickel friend.
Your portion just came to a screeching halt.
Don't talk about that way.
And so much about swinging dicks. So
Sam's
Sam Adams Utopian.
Is
cost me-
that why pumpernickel pretzels are longer than honey wheat?
I do not condone this.
Is it because they're darker?
Yes, you do. Shut up.
5 minutes. I will say this: that one glass, and when I mean glass, it was 2 fingers. Sent me back $30.
I just want to. I looked this up.
Yeah,
real
it sounds
quick 'cause
like
I had
Just
to
2
see the
fingers they gave you of this beer.
That sounds like
Worth
shit.
every penny.
bottle. Yeah, I looked it up just
That
to
sounds like
just to
shit.
see what the bottle looked like. Because
I paid less for a better beer.
I'm a solid fan of the art of bottles, and it basically comes in what looks like a gigantic wine goblet, and one is currently for sale on eBay at $600.
Because they only make it every other year.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And good luck getting your hands on it.
I've
It looks like
seen
it comes
I've
in
seen
one
it.
of those,
They
like-
they have that at my local brewery.
It looks like
Or
the
had
bottle
it.
looks like a really fancy Cavassier bottle or something like that.
It's got a little weird window on it too,
That's
and
cool.
it's honestly it's Sam Adams. It's poop.
That's
Fuck Sam Adams. Hashtag fuck Sam Adams.
is that
They're
your
not bad.
They're shit.
is that your final answer?
No, it's not my final answer. I'm gonna go ahead and say I've had a better beer
What?
with less alcohol.
No, the point was highest alcohol.
Yeah, the goal was not the
All right,
best.
then I'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
That's an argument for another podcast.
I'm more of a dark beer kind of guy, so I don't really
Same
get like
here.
too up theirs. But the mid 10s, 10 to 15% is right about where I like to hang out.
Nah.
No,
It's a
not
good
me.
one.
I like to hang out for taste.
Mutually
No.
Assured Destruction by Thimble Island was
That is
Oh,
that
it's
is
not
the
bad.
best beer that I have had in a long time. I have all the bottles from it still because I absolutely love the art on it.
because it's a freaking nuclear bomb going off.
It has nothing to do with the fact that it's written in Cyrillic. No, not at all.
My favorite, pretty high in alcohol. Well, not very high. I think it was like the highest was like 7.5 to 8%. Was the I forget the name of the brewery, but their beer was called the Old Rasputin. It was an imperial Russian
Oh
stout.
yes,
Russian
I've had
imperial
that.
stout.
I forget who brewed
That's not
that.
Trogs.
No, it's not Trogs.
Trogs.
It's not Trogs. It's,
Ommegang?
No, not
No.
Ommegang. It's not New Holland.
I love New Holland.
Well, I'll
Man,
just kill
I'm
myself.
I'm blanking on it. But
We've had it a million times.
Yeah.
I'm
It
pretty
is,
sure that
that's-
brewery, that's the only thing they
it's-
make.
It's North Coast.
North Coast.
Old
North Coast.
Rasputin.
Yeah, exactly. It's a solid beer company, and that's
So-
one of my favorites.
So absolute shout out to my my guys at Left Hand Brewing Company for making the Smoke Jumper Stout, which they only do limited runs every 3 years, but a portion of the proceeds goes to the U.S. Wildlife Foundation's Smoke Jumpers, which some of those guys are really good friends of mine, and it's really helpful. And the beer is absolutely astounding. I've only had it twice because it's rare, but it's the best fucking beer I've ever had.
Cheers to that.
Slanja.
You tried. That's what's important.
I'm getting there.
I'm almost there.
I think it might be a little.
I want this to
Oh,
join
done.
the Empty Glass Society.
Well, you guys probably have only like 20 seconds.
No, I finished mine.
No, stand by.
Done. We're done.
I didn't want to chug it. It was so delicious. And you know my stance on IPAs.
I didn't want to chug it
Yeah,
because
this
I'm a
was
fucking pussy.
way too tasty to be considered an IPA.
Yeah, I would drink that again.
I think it was just tasty
pretty
enough
rare.
to be considered an IPA because IPAs are fucking tasty, and you guys can fuck yourselves.
they are. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying some.
They're
taste
like Michael
shit.
Bay movies. I'm
All right.
tired of them already.
All right, cool.
That's fair.
So yeah, stomps. Fuck
Yes.
yourself.
Roger.
Suck my dick.
Well,
Fuck.
So, Empty Glass Society.
Empty Glass Society.
All
Candy
right.
Castle.
Candy Castle. There you go.
stomps have fun being your worst enemy.
Fascinating.
Who's my worst enemy?
You brought an IPA to the table and you don't like them.
I know. That's how great this IPA
You
is.
hate yourself.
Fuck you. I hate you too.
Big mood.
Well, it's okay. You're not the only one.
I love you, Andy.
All right.
It's okay. I love myself so much.
think
It's
it's
crazy.
I love you so much. Ow.
I think it's time for our next segment.
Do you think so?
I think so too.
Do you think so?
Do you?
Yeah, why are you yelling?
Sorry, I'm angry. I'm not angry at you guys. I'm just angry at myself.
Take a drink and you'll sink to a state of pure inebriation. You'll be tanked like the whole Irish nation.
Early in the morning, drinking beer again. Smoke a joint and punch you in the face because I'm still in prison. I got nothing.
That
was completely ad-libbed.
That might have been ad-lib, but it hurt me.
Yeah, let's just ruin everything.
Emotionally, physically,
We'll just ruin it all.
mentally.
I tried to have your back, but I couldn't.
Jesus Christ, that
I
was...
think my life is genuinely worse off for having
That was
that.
bad.
Suck my dick.
We'll see if we can edit that out.
All right. So
We will not edit that out.
the next beer that we're going to be tasting.
It was just fun for me to say we'll see if we can edit that out because it was so terrible.
All right, Jamie, look that one up, okay?
Why do you have a whole charger around your fucking shoulders?
It's because I'm going to shove it in your urethra.
Is that your fucking Greek necklace?
I got,
Jesus
a story, I
Christ.
got a story about things in urethras. Let me tell you.
All right. So my beer that I'm bringing to the table, which was horribly introduced, by the way, by a very terrible song.
He
that was
fucking
made up on the
stomped all
spot.
over it.
He stomped all over my beer. Dick.
Early in the morning while I'm
Please-
jacking
please stop.
myself off.
All right.
Please stop. You're hurting me.
All right. So my beer is called New England Style.
Oh, no.
No, no, no,
You
no.
could have made that work, too. It has just the right amount of syllables for it to do so.
We're done with that.
I'm sorry.
We're done with
I'm
that.
sorry.
Stop.
We're done with
Stop.
that.
It's called.
No one's listening
It is
anymore.
from a brewery in
New England.
I think Manchester, Connecticut, maybe.
Where is that on the world?
And
It is. It is on 148 Forest Street in Manchester.
Yeah, it's in Manchester, Connecticut, called Labyrinth Brewing Company, and this beer is a New England styled IPA,
How far away is
and
that
they have
from
named
us?
it
About 28 minutes.
Helios, and they have a picture of the Greek god Helios. I believe Stomps.
I might be related to him.
you might be
Probably not.
related. You never know. 50-50
Strong
odds.
probability that he was
I
never
told girls I was
real.
related to John Stamos just so I could get in their pants. I'm not related to John Stamos.
I don't know much about
Can't
Greek
prove
mythology, but they based most of their labels on the mythical Greek gods and Greek mythology, I guess. But they're a great bunch of guys. I've been there, actually. I've been to the Labyrinth Brewing Company for my job. And they're a great bunch of guys. They brew excellent beer. I believe a couple of their beers have actually won a few awards.
Really?
Yeah, one of their award-winning beers should be a nitro stout or something. I forget. It was a nitro oatmeal stout or something like that.
Probably
that
be
sounds
interested in
delish.
that.
Right. But I'm very excited about this beer. I thought it was very nice, and I thought I'd share it with you guys.
It's fucking really good.
Oh, I haven't even opened mine.
The idea is to open them and use
Open up,
and
guys,
you
and you
cocksucker.
don't have to ask. You ain't gotta ask permission. Just crack it open.
Oh, that's fucking lovely.
Right?
It's really good. I think
good beer,
My
you know?
my brother lives on the other side of the country that we do, which is the United States of America. He lives on the other side, and
Which is
his
Portland, Oregon?
yeah his in-laws literally live right across the street from this brewing company, and I've been there also, but it was closed, so we kind of just like broke in and walked around a little bit. We didn't break in.
I was going to say, are you admitting to breaking and entering?
Please don't.
Please speak slowly and clearly
just
into the
walked
microphone.
in. We just walked around it and like knocked on doors, and no one was there. And then I flew back home, I guess.
He was drunk. He does not remember the situation.
No,
that unfolded.
Because I don't live anywhere near.
I distinctly remember sending my unicorn to pick you up.
Yes.
I would never ride a unicorn.
Interestingly, the
Why?
labyrinth is also part
Because
of the
he
inner ear.
has 4 less horns than a pentacorn.
I just ride griffins.
Like, what the fuck?
I only take griffin's horn.
How
Horn.
how are the horns arranged on a
Oh
pentacorn?
no!
Are they
That
vertically
means I
arranged?
get fucked in the ass.
Do they run around along the horse's nasal
They
conchae?
look like a goth
Okay.
kid's wristband, so they're kind of like fanned.
That's terrifying.
Sure.
It's like
Whatever
some
you
kind
guys
of
say.
horrifying.
All right, come on, come on.
All I gotta say is pentacorns, man. They're super horny.
Oh, that's a terrible pun. And I'm genuinely worse off for having heard it.
Funny. You're funny.
On the plus note, this beer is absolutely delicious. I'm enjoying
It
it.
is.
So.
It's very good. It's very good.
It's good and it's local. It's local for my family.
All beers are local to somebody.
Speaking of local beers,
Well, my in-laws live near there. Local.
I just
They're
wanna
not actually
tap
his
dance on
in-laws.
their
He actually
yards.
just showed up at their house and decided that they were family now. They were too scared to do anything.
This is really good. I'm not gonna lie.
He has nothing further to add.
Yes. You're gonna elaborate on that? It's delicious.
It's just fucking Tony the Tiger.
I could describe.
it's-
I could describe my look. Like my eyebrows are down. My eyes are staring at it, and
He's got love in
I
those
want to kill
eyes.
myself right now
I mean, that's baseline.
why would you do that, though?
Alcohol is-
for no reason, just like everyone else.
Let's talk about that.
I mean, if
Let's,
you're gonna kill yourself, at least have fun with it. You know, just jump off a building like, who farted?
No, don't do that. No, fuck that. No,
What you wanna
jump
do?
off the
What you wanna
building
do?
and strap a cable to yourself so your body rips in half as you're going down, and 2 halves of your body smack against the pavement, and then the paramedics show up and they're like,
Hi.
"What the fuck?" And then it's like, "Joke's on you, motherfucker."
Thank you for
Okay,
the nightmares.
why am I
appreciate
off
that
in
severely.
this?
I can't wait to go to that call. Thank you.
It'll be different.
Will it?
It won't
I ain't gonna do it the same way.
All right.
I might use.
He's
3
not going to spoil his suicide. For
I
me.
might use
I
3
understand.
cables.
Jeez.
3 cables. He's gonna laterally.
They're gonna,
horizontally
they're
bisect
gonna be in
himself.
different places too. Like they're not gonna be like 3 cables in his stomach or anything like that.
Oh yeah, you might find my feet somewhere. You might find my hand somewhere. You
might find his tooth somewhere.
You might not.
like-
You might not even find my head, which would be really fun.
That. Yeah.
That would be
probably.
a super elaborate suicide.
He's gonna trisect himself along the coronal, sagittal, and axial plane. It's gonna be cut in half from both middle, vertical, and horizontal.
If I could kill myself and you can't find the head ever, how sick would that be?
Really.
If I kill myself and the suicide note is well spelled and no grammatical errors, fucking get the cops. I've been murdered.
Duly,
I wrote it, motherfucker.
duly noted.
But if I could find a way to kill myself,
Are you asking what we do if we can't find a head in an obvious suicide?
yeah,
Obvious
it's
death.
an obvious suicide, but
Well,
no head.
we look for it. Well, principally the police department looks for it, but we still make an effort.
So like, are we?
All
gonna
right,
talk
all right.
about-
So I got an idea.
All right.
No idea.
I got an idea.
stop.
I have
Full stop on this conversation.
I have a really good idea though.
Nothing you have said so far
I
has
was
been
just
good.
gonna say, are you gonna talk about like breweries now?
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
We can make
should-
the lateral
we could do
transition.
that.
Please.
But after, I'm going to talk about how I'm going to kill myself and no one's going to find my head.
But I want to find your head because it's nice.
What am I
Yeah,
going to drink my beer out?
I was gonna fuck it, so like.
Yeah, seriously, we're gonna.
All right, breweries,
advocating
motherfuckers. For fuck's sake. Guys.
All right, Irish, continue.
Yeah.
On the
We have
non-suicide talk.
We have a conversation about
No, I thought I was...
Don't do it because
Yeah.
it's bad.
strong advocate against it.
Don't be a wussy.
That's right.
Just.
I thought this was my segment. It's your
okay,
segment?
Go for it. No.
I thought I was breweries.
No, you're breweries. I wasn't talking about breweries.
So talk about breweries.
Yeah, let's go.
For fuck's sake, guys.
Soy boy.
All right, so Two Roads Brewing Company in Connecticut. I'm pretty sure that's on the West Coast?
I thought Connecticut was in
East
the middle of
Coast.
the country.
East Coast.
They're
yeah,
right
see,
above New York.
Isn't it just above
Yeah.
Oklahoma?
I don't know. I'm not from there. How are we gonna know?
That's the American Public Schools at hand right there.
Let's keep the facade going.
What you talking about? We don't even know geography.
I don't know.
So, Two Roads Brewing Company.
United States.
Two Roads Brewing Company. They just opened up another facility called Area 2. So they got Two Roads and then they have Area 2. And I just find it really funny that... I don't know if I should say this. Two Roads, Area 2. It's all about poop.
Huh?
That seems like a reach.
Okay.
Elaborate.
Is Area 2 their bathroom facility?
No, it's not. All their so I haven't had any of the beers from Area 2, but
Are they all shit jokes?
they should be. They should be. That'd be really funny.
Are you implying that
Are
as
they Area 51 jokes?
But
Can we not turn this into an Alex Jones?
a friend of mine has gone to Area 2. A friend of mine has gone to Area 2, and what he says
Gay frogs.
What he says it's like is that he
putting
went there
chemicals in
and
water.
the beers were actually very fantastic, and it's a lot of sour and different kind of experimental beers, and
college is a time to experiment, but probably not for beer.
My girlfriend
that's
would love
untrue.
this.
Untrue.
Probably.
Untrue.
I mean, she's
Sa-
she's just like a really wide-eyed puppy,
Shut
so
the
she probably love
fuck
everything.
Andy's getting peed.
She's already peed. That's it. That's what does it.
So, yeah, they've been making a lot of really good sours, a lot of really good fucking lambics, and fucking
Ooh.
just they've been.
Lambics are an interesting one.
I'm gonna kill everybody here.
All
We
right,
didn't say anything.
I was just making a comment. You can continue, bud.
That's my brewery shit. Fucking, they're doing really well with the sours, and they're producing some good shit. They're producing, like, my friend who went there would never ever go to Two Roads because
Supposedly, it's
in
very
a bad
busy.
neighborhood.
Supposedly, it's very busy.
Also,
It's like the Detroit of Connecticut.
Also,
That's
I think
just
I think Two Roads doesn't really produce a lot of great beers,
I'll agree with that.
but
I'll agree with that.
they do charge around $12.99 six pack, which is
I'd agree. That's a bit
fucking
much.
insane.
Wait, it's
I would,
$12.99 a six pack. Is that all their beers or just specialty beers?
A lot of them are, all of them are over $10.
Jamie, could you look
He
that
is
up?
right.
That's
We don't have a Jamie. Damn
All
it.
of them are over $10.
That's what.
Like,
I think
fucking Road to Ruin.
No, yeah.
it's not a great.
It's like $12.99.
No, irregardless of if you like their
Voice
beers or
go
not,
up 2 octaves at the end.
because
But $12.99.
that really hurt my ears. I appreciate that.
Well, maybe I'll.
I'll
Well,
I
anyways.
will say, for as little as I like a lot of Two Roads beers, I will give it to them. They really do have mass appeal, and they do actually kind of put the state of Connecticut on the map for something other than mass shootings. So that's a net positive, I guess.
Do you know why they have the Area 2 for their sours and lambics?
Do I know
Is
why?
Yeah.
Is it because of Area 51 being an experimental site?
No, Alex Jones. No.
It is. They fly experimental aircraft out of there. I'm not
Are
saying
you
it's
asking me?
aliens.
Are you asking me why entirely? Because of why?
No, because what happens is with sours, you run the risk of infecting the other batches.
Yeah, they needed
Interesting.
an entire other facility. They couldn't use the same vats.
Yeah, because it would fuck up the brew.
Dude, I'm not retarded.
I mean, that's debatable.
That's I was gonna say.
You're
I'll
differently-
go ahead and say I'm kind of retarded.
The jury's out on that one.
First of all, I just want to say, I'm kind of fucking retarded. Genuinely, one of the greatest 5 hours of my life.
Are we
What,
watching
the
a
Joe
wrestling
Rogan
show
podcast
now?
with
That
Alex
second
Jones?
podcast was out fucking standing.
Dude, I couldn't even
I could not fucking follow along. The part
Basically,
where he was talking,
Joe Rogan sat there with a lasso trying to hold him in place.
the part where Alex
Let-
Jones is discussing
have fun,
in
fuckers.
very intimate detail the the collusion between Nazi Germany, the aliens, and Great Britain, in which supposedly Sphere parachutes into the castle.
Here we go, motherfuckers.
That was a fucking lot to digest. I had to like go back and re-listen to that probably 6 or 7 times before I realized that he was not joking. That was pretty dramatic.
We're going full tinfoil hat, baby.
I've already got mine
in.
on. I just want to let that be known that I have it stitched beneath my scalp, actually. Yeah.
I have
That's
mine
why
on my
I'm
scrotum. My tinfoil hat's my scrotum.
It's a
That's how I
tinfoil
don't
cup.
get girls pregnant. Because
I'm going to disagree with that statement on a medical basis.
I thought it was
I
'cause
feel
of
like you're
whiskey
wrong.
dick.
My Jesus Christ.
Does anyone want to know an interesting fact about Helios?
No.
He was the Greek god that was depicted in the statue of Rhodes, and I'm going to give this beer the Colossus of Rhodes. I'm going to give this beer a Colossus of Rhodes out of Library of Alexandria.
Oh man.
Yeah. That should be, I think if you go in alphabetical order for the ancient wonders of the world, that's probably going to be about a 5 out of 7.
A 5 out of 7, this beer?
Yeah.
Why 7? It's either 5 or 10.
No, 5 out of 7.
No, 5 out of 7. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and agree. But also I'm going to go ahead and say that like I really like the labeling, and
It looks like an HBO show.
It's very aesthetic. I could see this.
I'm going to go ahead and I like the labeling, and I unintentionally dented it in a... Ooh! Never mind. I fucking hate this beer.
Yeah,
it undented, and it sucks.
It's al dente.
I could genuinely see the cover of this. I'm sorry. I could
It's
genuinely
really
see the
good.
label
I
on
like
the-
this beer so much.
Did you all finish?
No, I got one thing I want to say.
Close.
So it didn't make it.
Oh,
Oh well, unfortunately, it does not make the Empty Glass Society.
Well,
But you know what, though? It's so tasty.
I could,
It's
uh,
fine.
You know
What
what?
is- what
It's
is
so
very cool-
tasty that I wanted to take my time, and I did not want to rush through this. And it is 8%, and I can feel it.
I'm not feeling anything.
It's
I want to
tasty.
say that
Yeah,
the
scratch my beard. You
the label on
sexy
this
man.
beard really looks like that it could be like on the cover of a vaporwave album and would be perfectly at home.
I feel like this fucking shit could be on the cover of someone's fucking vaporizer.
Hell yeah,
Is that a
For
vape
vape
joke?
juice?
that would be cool.
Vape
Oh God! Stop! Don't agree. That
They
would
call
be
me
cool.
Face Mask the Vape God.
No, I want there's a vape out there, the vape box that's in the.
We have to talk
shape.
about vapes.
This one's cool, okay?
All right,
Stop it now.
No, don't.
No, don't.
No, we're
Keep
having
going.
a deep conversation
All
about
right,
vapes.
you get one more minute.
All right.
One more minute. I just
We're
want to
gonna
talk
time
about
this.
a vape that I saw that was in the shape of Han Solo frozen in carbonite. And
All
thought
right,
that was
I
the
take
coolest
back
vape.
everything I
And
said. That's actually
That's
really
kind of
Right?
cool. That's
Right?
actually
Very
pretty
cool.
Why
awesome.
is that poop? Why is that poop?
Your poop.
Your poop. Yeah. Okay.
All right, this
whatever.
can be
Yeah,
stopped
that's
now.
really
Really
cool.
cool. That's really cool. All right, whatever. That's cool.
Fucking what the fucking fuck? Who the fuck? Fuck this fucking. How did you do fucking fucks? Fuck!
Well, it certainly illustrates the diversity of the word.
Bienvenidos, hermano y hermana.
I
Anoche
don't
te
speak
beber.
Spanish.
Anoche te beber.
I don't speak Spanish.
La cerveza
I
de
don't
Medela.
speak Spanish.
I don't speak mucho Spanish, but I know that Canada.
It would have been good if didn't interrupt me.
Sorry.
I'll cut it because I said his real name.
We'll cut around.
We'll cut around it.
Yeah, we have our ways.
So
Well.
we are drinking a beer from Puerto Rico called Medela Premium Light. This is the Puerto Rican Miller Lite, I guess we could call it.
Sure, why the fuck not?
This beer was presented to me by a mysterious stranger wearing a straw hat, singing shanties, which was a bit strange, but he gave it to me nonetheless, and I don't know a goddamn thing about it, but I can tell that it has agave.
Good old Shantays.
You know, it's not very bad.
It's smooth. It's
This
It's sweet.
I would call this beer entirely inoffensive.
I would call this the
this is
Bud
a-
Light.
I'm sorry. It looks like the Amstel Light beer.
It does have an Amstel Light
It
resemblance.
looks like the Amstel Light logo, but
It's the Bud Light of Mexicans.
I'll be honest with you. I am actually familiar with this beer in only the remote sense, in that a lot of the DWIs that I take tend to have this sitting in the cup holder.
really,
Yeah,
wow.
That's about the extent of it, because
That's wonderful.
Relax on that. No. You don't
Yeah.
take DWIs.
well, I do know that this is relatively cheap, so that's about the extent of it. You don't know what I do for a living.
How the fuck would I know?
Exactly. You've never
You know what?
met
That
me
ain't
before.
bad though. I'm not
So-
gonna lie.
It's not terrible.
It ain't that bad.
It's not terrible.
So
It's not
I have to.
terrible.
I think I'll tell you guys a story, and then I'll pass this to a question. Does that sound acceptable?
It sounds more than acceptable.
All right.
Go for
So,
it.
That sounds susceptible.
so as you guys know, I tend to travel a lot for my work, and I've been to a lot of different countries and a lot of different states. I work with all kinds of economic classes, so it's safe to say that I'm pretty comfortable.
as we have.
Yes, as we all
Because
have.
every beer is local.
Yes, correct. So it's safe to say that I get along well with pretty much everybody that I meet. So I'm going to tell you a story of the time that I felt most out of place as a person, which actually only happened to me about 2 months ago. So I went into a city with some friends to go see a concert for a particular rap group that I'm a big fan of.
Wu-Tang Clan?
What's that?
Wu-Tang Clan?
I wish. I'm a big fan of them as well, but no, I won't name them because it might give away a bit too much. But I went to see them with a friend, his girlfriend, and one of her friends. It's kind of this blind double date kind of thing. Somehow she also became a fan of them. Weird.
Oh,
And,
she's
the,
blind, so she's obviously into music.
Oh, she was way out of my fucking league, but that's neither here nor there. So this show was at a place in the city that's not in the, let's call it the most economically available neighborhood.
The ghetto.
We could call it that. We could call it that if you'd like
The
to.
ghetto.
So this show was in the ghetto.
The ghetto.
The ghetto. And
So
suffice it to say that suffice it to say that the four of us were the only white people in there.
Yeah.
And now I normally have no problem with that, as I get along with all races, all creeds, all religions, etc., etc. But oh my God, I gotta tell you, I felt like I was speaking an entirely different language, and I've been places where I was the only English speaker. They did not understand a word I was saying. They didn't have anything I recognized, and I was not well liked in that club. And I will be honest with you, I had a lot to drink before the show. So the night ended relatively swiftly when I accidentally stepped on a gentleman's shoes who was the type of person who would spend a significant amount of his weekly income on shoes, we'll call it. These were some very nice shoes, I'm sure, and they got.
Were they Jordans?
You know, I don't know.
Did
but
you smudge somebody's Jordans?
You know, they genuinely might have been Yeezys, and I'm not
Oh,
joking,
Yeezys.
because
Ooh.
he was very angry at me.
Damn.
And I proceeded to get my shit rocked by about 14 people very quickly.
serious?
I got my shit absolutely rocked.
A bunch
I
of
got-
people
oh, yeah,
fucking beat you up because of some shoes.
Yep, I got the absolute shit beat
Well
out of me.
deserved.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
absolutely.
serious?
Yep. I got my shit absolutely rocked, and I'm not the kind of guy that gets his shit rocked too often. So that was
No.
an eye-opening experience for me.
Or eye closing.
But I did get to see the show, most of it, and it was very good until I got my shit rocked. But that raises a question of what is the most out of place that you have ever felt in day-to-day society, in day-to-day life? What is it, a situation that you've been in where you have felt like the only person in a room who gets anything at all?
So basically, what you're saying is, what is the most like out of fish out of water?
Yeah, what is
kinda-
the most fish out of water, alien on Earth kind of experience that you've ever had?
Damn, that's good.
Oh, I have a good
And
one.
I should stipulate that I've been to
Go for
Russia,
it.
like post-Soviet.
Go for it, I
Russia.
gotta
It's
think.
bad.
My friend
Sample, semen sample.
and Irish took me to a Dropkick Murphys concert at Mohegan Sun. Or was it Foxwoods? I can't remember. And in a stadium full of people, about 20 minutes into the concert, I realized, holy shit, I am the darkest person in this room.
You?
And that's saying something.
Costanz is Greek, and he was in a room filled with like
Irish people.
pale white Irish people, just
looked-
wanting
The
beers
lights
and
were
just
off, but you couldn't tell.
And just the sea of fucking Boston Red Sox merchandise.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I'm the only person in this room that gets a tan.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck you, okay?
Since
I was part of that fucking contest. Fuck you,
since
okay?
you cannot see Irish's face, for the record, Irish is about as red as those
Me
stripes
and
on the American flag.
Ginger Andy are just... We
doesn't matter,
can't
Andy.
tan.
It doesn't matter what you call me.
No, I'm sorry.
That's pretty impressive.
I'm sorry.
Honestly.
I love you. But
So
you
Irish,
don't have to correct.
What is your
I will
fish
anyway.
out of water story?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
We can go to Andy if you need to think about it.
Go to Andy.
We'll go to
Please,
Andy.
Please go to Andy.
We're gonna go to me. All right, fish out of water story.
This is important because Andy's a fish out of water no matter where he goes. The man doesn't belong anywhere. But
Fish out of
be
water
interesting.
story.
And according to the public police department, 200 yards away from any public school.
that's correct. He's
No, come
He's
on.
not allowed to
Don't-
swim in the guppy
No,
ponds.
you're not about to put that on me, you fucking cunt bag bitch.
he's not allowed to swim in the guppy ponds.
I'm not allowed to swim in the guppy pond. I could roam around it. I'm not gonna fucking fuck the guppies.
Is there a limit on a Chuck E. Cheese?
I
How
don't
far
like
you can get away
this.
from one?
Fuck you guys. You guys are fucking assholes.
Okay, but what's your fish out of water story, Minnow?
Fish out of water story. Fish out of
Indian
water
church.
story.
Indian church,
No, Indiana church.
Indiana church. It's just as bad. I might actually. It's probably worse.
You guys want me to start or no?
We do. I've been waiting.
So I'm driving to work.
This was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while
Yeah,
ago
it was.
because I'm not allowed to drive anymore. So I'm driving to work, and I hit a stop sign, and I kind of California roll right through it, and the cops pull me over, and I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? You know, hey, shoot the shit, as I always do, because, like, you know, I'm not afraid of cops. I like cops. Whatever. Do what you do. I'm not doing anything illegal. And then they're like, license for registration. And I was like, I don't have my license on me. I got my registration though. And I give them my registration, and they're like, alright, license though. And I'm like, I know my license number. And they're like, no one fucking knows their license number.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe you either.
So I was like, slam it out to the officer. And they were like, no one knows their license number. It's really weird if you do.
yeah,
Yeah, it is weird.
it's fair.
And I was like, I do. And they check it, and they were like, yeah, that's right. That's really weird. Can we search your car? And I was like, yeah, fuck it. Search my car. They searched my car, and going through all the shit that I have in my car, they found my license.
Interesting. This doesn't seem
That's
fish
not-
out of water.
Yeah, that's not fish out of water.
This just seems fucking bizarre.
And they were like, also, it's not valid. And I was like,
story.
oh,
Wow.
fuck!
This is a story of how he goes to jail.
They were like, we could imprison you for 24 hours. And I was like, can you, like, maybe not imprison me for 24 hours? And they were like, yeah, we could probably not do it. And I was like, can you get me to work on time? Because I was on my way to work. And they were like, do you have anybody that could get your car? And I was like, yep. I kind of had someone that could get
My boss.
my car. And like I just texted this girl. I was like, hey, my car is here. I got pulled over. Needs to be at my house. Come get it. She got it. And then the police officer was like, how are we gonna get you to work on time? And I was like, bring me there.
Was this the police department in the town that you work in?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
The
They
goal
thought I was funny as fuck. I was really funny while I was talking to
you
them,
don't work in
and they let me smoke cigarettes the entire time that I was fucking hanging out with them. And then once my friend picked up my car, they were like, "So, how are we gonna get you to work on time?" And I was like, "Dude, just fucking bring me." And they brought me. The guy brought me. I sat in the front seat of the cop car. I sat in the front. I was like front seat in the cop car. I felt badass as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I felt really cool. And I was like, dude, just drop me off like way the fuck in the back. Like way the fuck in the back. Take the fucking way left side entrance and drop me off right there. And he was like, no, I'm gonna drop you off in the front. I'm gonna drop you off right in front of your fucking work in a cop car. I'm gonna do that. But he was fucking with me.
Well, yeah.
Which was awesome, dude. That was so cool.
That
He was like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna drop you off in the front." And then he
far
totally listened to me. He abided by me, and he dropped me off in the back.
That sounds far more stranger in a strange land than fish.
So Irish. Oh my god.
Take us home on this one.
What's your? If you got nothing, I could tell another one.
There's always any time that the first time I started drinking was with Stomps over here.
I can believe
And
that.
anytime I felt like a fish out of water was anytime we went over to
The Greek clubs.
these Greek clubs that he took me to. Oh my god.
Yeah, where everybody was just fucking dicks and ass.
Can't even finish it.
He said it. He said
Everybody
it, not me.
fucked. Everybody fucked at that club.
It was all fucking.
Andy said it, not me. Okay.
Yeah, everybody
Me
fucked.
and Irish were known for passing women around.
I just
Question.
every time he took me there, I would just get like a high alcohol drink and just like sit in the corner and just watch everybody else have fun because I did not feel like I was a part. It was like one of those things. Like
You just get fucked by some dude.
It was just like one of these.
It was no big deal.
It was one of those situations where, oh my god.
I don't know.
No, I didn't get raped by any guy. Okay?
It's so I wasn't saying
No,
rape.
yeah, you were. You
was
basically were saying
Insinuated.
you were insinuating.
I was not.
That I was getting raped by Greek men.
I wasn't. I was saying it was consensual. Greek bar sounds like fucking everybody fucks each other.
So I finished my
I didn't.
my Madala here.
I finished too.
I just wanted to share that I actually finished the
I
cheap
think,
Puerto Rican
yeah,
beer,
this
which
one definitely makes.
I do believe costs about $14.99 per 12 pack, which is relatively
Are you sure?
cheap.
Are you sure not $14.49?
I'm gonna go ahead and say.
That's
I'm gonna go ahead and say we just drank a Bud Light
Yeah, I'm happy to call that probably what is
I'm so
essentially
or a Bud Lay
equivalent
Seriously.
of a Bud.
or a
Bud
Lay
Light.
Bud.
But that's my story.
All right.
That's my.
Do we need a story? Do we need a story to close this out?
I have nothing. You guys top. I can't
So-
top that.
That's fair.
I can't top his fucking story.
Cunt.
Hey
Jamie, wasn't do we need relevant. A
story to close this out?
It's up to you guys.
All right, I'll close this out with this one.
All right, one more.
So I'll tell a story about one of my first times working over in the Scandinavian nations. So I was
Scandinavian.
yeah. So I was up in Lillehammer, Norway, which is
Say Lillehammer.
Lillehammer. Yeah. Yeah.
She sounds nice.
So
It's actually a show on Netflix.
it is. It's actually a decent show. But I was up there, and my job was I was rotating 4 weeks on, 4 weeks off up into Svalbard, which is the northernmost inhabited settlement of the Norwegian nation. I was acting as the chief medical officer up there for a brief period of time, and I was in Lillehammer for my second time in that rotation, and I didn't speak a lick of Norwegian at the time, like not a goddamn word except for "nei," which is no, and I'm not entirely sure that's entirely correct. And naturally, I went out drinking with the rest of the medical staff because I had nothing better to do, and it's cold as shit up there in the winter.
But they are like, fuck off, bitch.
No, most of them spoke English. Okay, well, some of them spoke English. And I took very little time to get very drunk because I was young and stupid and drank a lot very quickly. And at some point in the night, I decided to separate myself from the group. I'm really not entirely sure of the reason why. I ended up wandering the streets of Svalbard at about 11 at night in a country that I've never been to before this. Surrounded by people that don't speak English particularly well, with a language I speak none of.
Honestly,
and
honestly, yes, on your part.
Yes, so I get the...
You're doing good.
I very quickly get the Norwegian police called on me for public urination, because this is what you do when you get drunk, is you pee in public. And I am attempting my best to try to present to them my Department of State identification. And it's not working out well because they can't read English and they don't recognize the identification. So they
because they're retarded,
potentially. So they just assume I'm a vagrant, and I get booked on public intoxication charges in the nation of Norway, which was that was quite a bit to deal with. And I'm assigned a public defendant pretty quickly because they have a fairly good system over there. And at least I believe he's a public defendant, and he comes in. He also speaks no English. So they inform me through a interpreter who speaks the very minimal amount of English that I'm getting a interpreter being flown up from Oslo, and that I'm going to be responsible for the financial burden of this. And I'm trying to explain to them they need only to call the United States Department of State's or the embassy there to have someone flown up from there who will be done so without my charge of having to pay a $400 rush ticket up to Oslo, or up to Lillehammer from Oslo. And that went over very poorly when I had to explain to my commanding officer that I was booked on a public intoxication charges in Lillehammer when I had to be in Svalbard in 4 days. The charges were dropped, if you were wondering. They were very polite.
It sounds like they should have been dropped.
They were
fine.
They were very polite when the sun came up and the chief of police, who did speak English, came in and looked at my ID and went,
They
"Part of the medical mission up in Svalbard for the U.S. Department of."
It sounded.
Research. Get the fuck out of here.
They sounded a little bit tiny more lax than us over here.
I've only been booked in the United States twice, and both of them have been for fighting, and charges were dropped after I sobered up. So,
all right, well then, never mind. Fuck everyone. No one cares. No one cares about shit.
I've been arrested 4 times in foreign countries, but only twice in the United States. I spend more time here, so that should give you an idea of what what it's like. Twice in Russia, by the way. Don't do that.
I jerk off more times than here, and I've never been jerked off. I've never been arrested for it.
I jerked off while we were changing time zones once, so I think.
The gas pedal. No, I'm saying no. The brakes. Guys, why aren't the brakes working?
Because I cut the brakes. Wild card, bitches. Yeah!
You fucked it up, Irish.
You done fucked up.
What did I do?
Crack it.
I was gonna do it. If you guys would let me.
Let him do it.
This why I don't drink before the podcast.
For fuck's sake.
Oh yeah. That's it.
That's
that good shit.
Pop it real good.
Andy, this is your beer.
This is my beer.
There's a goat on it.
Oh, it's not a
It's
goat.
a bull.
You trying to say something to the stomps there?
It's a fag beast.
I think it's a wildebeest.
It's a horror beast.
It's
a big old faggot horror beast. All right.
I don't know how to say highways in Spanish.
So, I got the Dry Muddy. What the fuck was that? Dry Muddy! 2 roads.
Big money.
Dry Muddy 2 roads. It's
Big
it's a fucking IPA.
Tonight is IPA
it is
night.
by fucking 2 roads.
Yeah, it is by 2 roads, motherfucker.
Oh my god, why?
Los cervezas. Dos.
Well, its name definitely lives up to Brute IPA.
So,
It's very dry.
unexperienced opinion based on the fact that I drink very little IPAs. This tastes like all the other IPAs that I've ever had.
All right, am I allowed to say anything about the fucking shit that I picked?
Yeah.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
It's okay. I think it's okay.
Okay. So,
there you go, motherfuckers. Have at it, bitch.
It's brutal.
Is this by...
It's not brutal. It's not brutal at all.
It's not.
It's an IPA. It's an IPA. It's 6.8%, and I think it's a very, very easy 6.8% to get through.
So this is by Two Roads of Stratford?
Stratford.
Bridgeport.
It's a fucking 6.8 alcohol percentage.
They're on Honey Spot Road.
Whatever.
I only know that
I don't
because
care.
that's the name of their beer.
That is.
So Irish.
Honestly, I feel like you guys are being pussies. It ain't bad. Yeah, do it.
I actually
Smash it.
Actually, I actually like this.
First of all, I actually enjoy this beer.
It's not bad.
I can't feel my face.
It's not bad at all.
It's not bad at all.
I genuinely like the can art.
I am a little hammered. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little hammered.
Am I the only one here?
We're all hammered. We're all hammered. We're all hammered.
I am not.
But it's now my turn to do my portion of the podcast. So it's wild card, bitches.
Wild card.
Wait a minute. Can we? What do you guys think?
What
do you guys think of this beer?
So
real quick.
So like I said, I think this tastes like most of the other IPAs I had, and I'm not experienced enough in IPAs to really differentiate between the two of them. It'd be like if you gave me a wine, I could tell you what color it is, and that's about the extent of it.
Okay.
It's not terrible. It's not bad. I think just after 2 other IPAs and whatever the fuck that Puerto Rican beer was, I was like, I'm fucked up.
It tastes like agave.
I'm gonna go ahead and say about this myself. I picked this beer, but like, if I was to drink this after a Budweiser, I would probably still drink Budweiser after it.
The can art on it, as I've said, is really fucking cool. I love can art like I like album art, so this is cool. It's like a bull in a suit of armor with a monocle.
Can art ain't gonna make me drink another beer.
That's valid, but
genetic predisposition for alcoholism will.
Also,
that's Irish.
I will kill myself.
No.
This beer.
No.
All right, Irish.
No.
All right, Irish, go. Yes, Irish, go.
Yes.
Fucking Christ.
So I brought a beer earlier.
Yes.
That was based on Greek mythology.
Roger.
Nipples.
I
Roger
had
Nipples.
ideas of telling like my favorite Greek mythology stories, but I realized that I don't know many, and I don't know. I know of many, but I don't know the entire story. So
I'm gonna kill myself now.
I don't know.
That is not a Greek myth.
Yeah, let's
No.
not do that.
It's a lot of Greek myths.
I was gonna say that maybe we can talk about a video game.
My mom's eyes.
called God of War.
Oh yes.
God of War. The first few video games. How many video games were there? 3.
Well,
3. And then
there was 3, and then it became Nordic.
Yes, the first 3
Oh,
God of War video games were about Greek mythology, and then the 4th game kind of took a left turn and said, "Hey, we're gonna go ahead and focus on Norse mythology or Nordic mythology."
Correct.
Sounds like something you guys would love.
Yeah, I thought I'd just bring that up and see what you guys thought about that whole genre.
You know
what do you think about the video game in its entirety? I always kind of got a chuckle out of the little mini game at the beginning of the first video game where you get to have sex with the two.
It makes me want to kill myself.
The 2 concubines.
Yep.
The whole time.
That's fair.
That game has
Death.
a soft spot in my heart.
Death, killing myself. Death.
Right.
Super death.
So this is
We're
Andy's ska
talking about
album.
video games. You're talking about death. Why?
Well, I'm just saying.
No death.
I'm just saying what that game.
Well, it's supposed to inspire life.
So,
death.
Well, I don't know about that.
So
He
I
definitely
played
kills
the.
a lot of
I
people.
played the first one.
No, it doesn't.
I played the first one as a young man, I guess you could say. I genuinely don't remember much about it, but I know a lot of it is based off of retellings by Herodotus of Halicarnassus, who is a pretty major historical. I guess you could call him the father of modern history, as a lot of people do.
Right.
So a lot of his writings are kind of the basis of knowledge that we have for what Greek history was like, and
Stop
that's
knowing
pretty
shit.
interesting. I literally cannot stop
Piece
knowing.
of shit, asshole.
I have nothing
It
to add
makes
to
me
that.
want to die even more
Why?
All right.
in the game.
Kill yourself.
In the game.
Don't kill yourself. Why are you telling him to kill himself? Why, dude?
Stop encouraging this. This is a hostile work environment.
That's
This
my
is just
health running out.
This is just a reminder that this is in fact our
no,
full-time
that's
job.
my health running
Donate to
out.
our Patreon.
Like
and subscribe and share this.
I will say this: I did like God of War. It was so good that when God of War was done, or what we thought was done, many video game companies tried to fill that niche. One of which was a shitty video game that was a dumpster fire wrapped in a crazy ex-girlfriend called Dante's Inferno. Does anybody remember that disaster?
I vividly remember that game because I played it
There's
when it first
actually a
came out.
video game based off that
There
movie?
is.
On
It's
the
no,
book.
no. Dante's
book?
yes,
Off the
Dante's
book.
Inferno is a story by.
They didn't even go for the movie. They went for the book.
Correct.
The
they
book
fucked
is
that up.
the book is older than our net ages. Everyone in this room's net age combined.
Because I'm semi-retarded, I'm gonna go to the bathroom
Roger.
Okay.
and smoke a cigarette.
Not in
Okay.
the bathroom.
Just not in the
It
bathroom.
might combust.
Are
Please.
you fucking kidding me?
Please.
Think I'm gonna do that?
Please.
Do you
No.
think I'm gonna do that?
That tells me yes.
I will kill you.
That was dramatic.
That was dramatic.
So Dante's Inferno. That was a fucking terrible game.
Oh, it was absolute god awful.
That was a
never
fucking
played
The
it.
horrible
last
game.
4 levels, they couldn't
Darksiders.
even think of anything new, so they just had a bunch
Oh,
of challenge
God.
matches.
They could have literally just done the 7 circles of hell as depicted in Inferno.
Get Darksiders too. That was the same thing.
Darksiders, I did not play.
Darksiders was bad.
Was that edgy game that was like it was like Postal 2 but in a first person view?
No, it was similar to God of War, but
It was a hack and slash game.
It was like each one was your different horseman of the apocalypse.
That's terrible.
Fighting angels and demons and weird stuff like that. Like no one ever nailed it.
Shadow of the Colossus was a really good game.
Yes.
That was a really good
Because it's
game.
been remade 30 times.
Yes, but it was still a really good game.
Right.
I remember playing a video game called Amy, which is supposed to be like a zombie apocalypse version of Shadow of the Colossus.
That does not sound pleasant.
And it was the glitchiest fucking game on the planet.
Yeah, that does not sound
Did
like
you
not
showed me
merit
that
its
one.
$5 that I
Yeah.
bought it for.
that does not sound pleasant.
No.
And I had so much hype for it. I thought it was going to be a great
Wasn't
game.
it like that game where if Amy was away from you, you
Your sickness would get worse.
yeah, exactly, you'd get worse. But if
So
she was
the entire
close to
game
you,
was
you
one
could
great
actually
big
use
escort
her.
mission.
Basically.
Yeah, I'll take a pass on that. Thank you.
Yeah, that was unnecessarily bad.
The
That could have been so much better.
yeah, I genuinely think the only good God of War clone is in fact God of War.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be my.
Which one was your favorite one to play?
I've actually only played the. I've only played the very first one and small portions of the newest one, and I got to give it to the first one. The third one I thought had some really good stuff, but unfortunately, it's kind of been reduced to just the meme of boy constantly. I mean, does Dark Souls kind of count as a clone to God of War in the same sense that it's
Dark Souls is kind of like if a video game could be an alcoholic stepfather, That's what Dark Souls is.
No, I've played all the Dark Souls, including a speed run using a Guitar Hero controller.
Why the fuck would you do that?
I have severe sadomasochist problems. No, I did it for I actually did it on a live stream as a charity thing.
Oh.
With some of my clansmates from Arma, but that was one of the most interesting experiences I've ever had, and I legitimately love Dark Souls.
That game was
I the game with a Guitar Hero.
Yeah, so I have played Dark Souls all the way through on all manners. I've done regular runs, naked runs, speed runs, Black Knight Halberd runs. I was going to attempt a DK Bongo run before I started school. But I decided against that.
I don't know what any of that means.
There's a lot of stuff. I mean, naked run is obviously just doing it
no
with
armor.
Yeah, no armor, and there's like naked run purists who do it only with like the most elementary starting weapons, and there's non-naked run purists who do it with whatever weapon they can get their hands on, whatever they want. I did it the quote unquote purist way with kind of the worst weapon I could possibly get my hands on, which was terrible. Yeah. It was a very boring summer for me. That was when I had surgery on my ankle.
Yes, oh crazy.
Yeah, Andy's back with his.
Andy's back. Get your ass.
He's got this look like he's about to whip it out. What's that?
You guys got anything else, or do you want to?
No.
That was all I got. I was a little unprepared for this. So,
I was whipping it out. So my
Andy's whipping his
Are we
dick
doing
out
closing remarks? So the only thing I would have to add is as a closing statement, that would be do everyone that works in emergency services a fucking favor and just stop what you're doing when you see any kind of emergency vehicle coming up behind you with lights and sirens. Just proceed through the intersection if you're at a red light.
Stop living.
Please pull to the left hand side if you're capable, and for the love of God, do not attempt to follow us. It's a terrible idea.
Alrighty.
Yeah, that's
sounds like sound advice from the wise.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm thinking just as soon as the paramedics show up, just die as fast as possible.
Please don't do that. That makes
do that.
That makes
please,
my job very difficult.
Please do that, Bruce.
No.
Bruce, do that.
No, that's bad. That's bad.
Anyways,
Also,
it's fine.
Always spay and neuter your dogs.
Andy.
I think we should spay and neuter Andy.
That's bad.
We should spay and neuter Andy.
That's bad.
Just close up his butthole.
So that's just bad.
Can't poop in there anymore.
No more butthole. No more butthole for
more
you.
asshole.
Okay. No more butthole.
Where's the speculum gonna go?
I would kill both of you before you could even
I'll get
try.
my colonoscopy bag.
Anyways,
anyway,
on that bright note, this has been another great week at the Drunken Grail. My name is
Has
Stops.
it?
I am Irish.
Andrew
and Jigsaw.
Jigsaw's
It's a good
here.
friends, a good brew.
It's a bunch of bitches.
Everybody, have a great old goddamn time.
Yes.